Christine.
Welcome to Haircolor Confessional. Today we have Sterling Hunter with us, and he is a Mr.T impersonator, an Uber driver, and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He also helps with the Marvelous Men of Hope, which is helps with nonprofit organizations. Correct?
That's correct.
Okay, welcome, Sterling.
We're so excited to have you here.
Thank y'all for having. It's been a long time coming.
Right? We see you everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, you network, you do nonprofit organizations, you do Mr.T impressions, you do, oh my gosh, you volunteer as well.
Y'all know me so well.
I know. So tell us about you. So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Kingsville, Texas, down in the Corpus Christi area in South Texas, and grew up there. My first 26 years of life was spent there. So coming up on 15 years here. So this is like home though. So I've got two homes basically.
Yes. So welcome to Texas. No, I'm just kidding. That's what we always say.
Yes.
Welcome to Texas. Welcome to Fort Worth.
Yep.
What made you decide to be a Mr.T impersonator?
Pretty much my daughter was born in 2009, and I stayed home with her first year to keep her from having to go to daycare. Little did I know she was eventually going to get sick anyway, but it was a good bonding experience. Yes. So I always chalk it up to that. But I would take her in the living room to keep her from waking up her mom, because her mom went back to work after a couple of months. And so there'd be old A-Team episodes on Netflix at like 2 a.m. when I'm up there. So started watching, and then I was like, man, I bet you I'd cut my hair in that mohawk like Mr.T. And then the rest is history.
So you started talking like him first.
Yeah, well, no, that's the weird thing. When I started like actually learning how to walk and talk and move and all of the sayings and stuff was actually like 3 years ago when I started doing it as a business. Before that, I would dress up every year for Halloween, but it would just be like, I'm just looking like him. I'm not like, oh, pity the fool and all of that. So I didn't even like study. So it was just, I'm looking like Mr. T, it's Halloween, and then I'm shaving my head bald, and now I'm Sterling again. And then when I started like actually doing it for a business, I was like, okay, people pay big money for impersonators, so you got to walk like them, you got to talk like them, you got to know. There's people that come up to me now and think like I'm really Mr. T and I'm from Chicago, and you used to work at this club, Dean Betts, and I'm just like, I can sit there and go on, and they're like, oh my God, this really is Mr. T. There's one guy in McKinney, if he's watching this, I apologize to him, but he's like, oh my God, Mr. T, like, this is amazing that you're here in Texas or whatever. And I'm like, that's how I started. So I've done it pretty much for the last, my daughter will be 14 in December. It's been about 14 years that I've been doing it.
You really have it down. I mean, you've got the sayings, and you've got, you've got the whole look.
Definitely, yeah.
So when I first met you, you were working at a hotel, and I believe it was before COVID.
Yeah, Embassy Suites.
And then you decided, hey, I'm gonna do this gig.
Yeah. Well, COVID kind of decided for me, because the weird thing was when I was at Embassy, I was starting to think about like, man, I could probably like make business cards. I'll get hired for a gig. They'll tell me like a month before. My hair grows pretty fast, so I grow it out and then cut it for the gig, and then I'd be bald, and then I'd be back at Embassy. And then COVID came along. I was just like, hey, we're knocking all of this stuff out. So after that, then it turned into, okay, well, now.
And you got really creative.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do this full time. So July 2020 is when I made my business cards, and that's like my established date of doing this as a business.
And I think the next time I saw you was at a networking place at, what is it? It was Johnny Castor. It was his group with networking. Yeah. And you come in here and you're like Mr. T, and I'm like...
Pretty much, yeah. And that's the weird thing, because it built itself. I started off, of course, I didn't know anything about impersonating. I had never looked it up, studied it, nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, you just do parties. And then I was doing... Of course, during COVID, there wasn't a lot of events going on. So that's like the weirdest time to like want to do an event-oriented business. But I was doing food deliveries for like Favor, Grubhub, and all of that. I go into Flying Fish one day, and this lady is there, and I had business cards galore. So anybody that wanted a picture, here's a business card, tag me, whatever. So this lady reaches out to me for Halloween, and she's like, hey, do you do deliveries? And I was like, you met me doing a favor delivery. Yes, I did. She was like, no. I have people that refer me clients, and I'd love to send you to be like the gift bearer, and Mr. T would be awesome.
Nice.
So now I have a service where I do parties and I do gift deliveries. Then somebody hired me for a golf tournament. So now I'm doing parties and deliveries and golf tournaments. Then somebody hired me to do a delivery for a birthday. So now it's just like, I have like 10
different... Do you do Valentine's?
I have a Cupid outfit. Yeah. I'm like,
oh, how great is that?
I have, so pretty much I can pity everything. everything. Is what I always say. You got it. I can pity it, fool.
Okay, how many events do you do a year?
I actually am getting into the habit of trying to track that because right now,
or like a month. To break it down to a month.
To a month, I would probably say that's kind of skewed because I just started with Spectrum 4 months ago, and so I kind of paused any new activities, and I was just trying to focus on learning that job. But I'd say over the last 3 years, on average, I probably would do like 3 events a month. So pretty much 3 weeks out of 4, you've got something going on with it.
And it's always fun going to events anyway.
Oh, 1,000%. That's a crazy thing. As Sterling, not Mr. T, I would have probably been at a lot of the different things that I go to anyway. So it's like, this just
you were at
enhances
Studio 80 last night.
Yes, I was pitying fools at Studio 80.
Fit right in.
They had an anniversary party, and Mr. T is a part of the 80s, so they were like, come on.
Yeah,
so,
I love it. Do you have a van as well?
I don't. I am working on getting one, though. That is the questions that you get in order is that your real hair? Are the chains real? And then do you have the van? And it's always like, yes, and no.
Oh.
Even though these aren't really real, but don't tell nobody.
They're real chains. They're real.
I was going to say, somebody took, I never really let people like wear them.
Oh, yeah.
And I let this girl actually take a couple, and she ended up I was just like, I was hot. Because they're not like real chains, but they're still, if you lose something that's like $15 and you got to replace it, you'll be ready to pity a fool. So, yeah.
Well, you're just so creative on, you're everywhere. Mm-hmm. I remember, I guess last year and maybe, a couple of years, you were our driver for the Fort Worth Food and Wine Festival.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest setup.
Yeah. Driving for Uber, you definitely.
You even had a button that said something about Mr. T, like all his sayings.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I still have that, as a matter of fact. I have my little.
You were like, pity the
it's
fool.
My keychain that I have, and it has a.
Yes.
She has a great memory. Don't give me no back talk. That is so hilarious that she remembers that. Attention to detail.
Right?
That is amazing.
Hey, I'm a hairstylist, so.
She's like, I gotta listen. I gotta listen.
Okay, so when I watch your Uber videos or you're in the car talking, so reminds me of Taxi Cab Confessions back in the day.
Definitely, 1,000%.
And you should totally do, I don't know if you do it on YouTube, but you should totally do that.
I have been told that somebody, I really need to like get off of my craziness and just do it. It's so hilarious because I put stuff on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and you don't really get paid for those.
Right.
The TikTok and the YouTube are the ones that you get paid. And people are like, you should put your stuff on those. And I'm like, I always stop at Snapchat. So it's like,
we need somebody to follow you around for a couple of months and get all this.
Exactly.
Well,
the content
he's doing
would
it,
be
talking
crazy.
talking to the camera in the car.
Yeah. I'm just
but
driving.
You can go
You're
back.
such a natural anyway, so.
You can go back on Instagram and capture your stories and just save them.
And put them, I definitely need
shorts,
to do.
for YouTube.
Hey, we can teach you. We've learned so much in the last year.
I was going to say, I'm sitting here with professionals, literally.
Well, I know. We have learned so much in the last year.
I don't know about professionals, but we're learning.
We're learning as we go.
We're on the learning curve.
They don't want to toot their own horns out. Still
learning. Well, thank you. Okay, so tell us about a crazy story from Uber, like something crazy that has happened to you while you're doing the Uber.
Oh boy, wow. Yeah, Uber is just like a whole nother universe by itself. I will pick that. When people ask me what my crazy story is, I will put it on there. Y'all can edit it out if y'all need to. So I had, I was working at Embassy, as a matter of fact, and during the week, of course, I go out for a few hours and then I usually call it a night. It was a slow Wednesday night. I go and Lazarus pops up on my screen. And I was like, okay, I'm going to pick Lazarus up and take him home and then I'll call it a night. This was before, because it's transition now where you know where you're going and how long you're going to be and what you're going to get paid.
Before you didn't know.
It was just the person's name and their star rating, and that was it. So you didn't know how far you were taking or whatever.
Yeah, you didn't know the duration.
In Everman, and this girl comes and throws a duffel bag in the back and then hops up in the front seat. When I accept the ride, it's just like, okay, we're going like 396 minutes away or something like that. And I'm like, ma'am, where are we going? Oh, we're going to San Antonio. It's like, how in the world?
Oh my goodness.
It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm about to drive you 5 hours away. And then I got to be at work the next day. So I ended up, like, we stopped and got gas. We became besties in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
She's telling me she's a nurse during the day and she's a stripper at night. And Lazarus had brought her up here to do some adult things and all kinds of stuff. And he started trying to date her. So
I can only imagine how expensive that was to go back to San Antonio.
He paid for it. So she wasn't out of pocket for nothing. She was fine. But I was just like, what in the world? So yeah, long story short, and then she ended up having like anxiety attack. We were like halfway there. So it's 3 a.m. and I'm at an ER in Round Rock.
Oh no, you had to make a pit stop at the ER?
Yeah, and I sat there. I actually lost money on it because they disputed like the hour that we sat there.
Oh,
because
Lord.
I was waiting. And she's sitting in the back texting me like, please don't leave me. I don't know how I'm going to get to San Antonio. And I'm just like, ma'am, we in this together. Like, I'm trying to get paid. So I got to deliver the package where it's got to be. And so, yeah, you're going to make it to San Antonio one way or another.
We're in this
Oh my
together.
gosh.
Yeah, so yeah.
I figured be like, alcoholics or something in the back seat throwing up or,
my goodness.
Mr. T does top notch. I got to go hard or go home. But yeah, it was.
You were above and beyond on that one.
Literally, yeah. And then I still made it to work at noon the next day. So it was wild.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah, it was wild.
Do you get to pick and choose when you're doing that?
Talking about like Ubering?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can now, like I said, now you can see like, okay, this, because I actually had a ride that was going when UT was playing TCU up here. There was somebody that was trying to go back to Austin that night. And I was just like, it's 2 a.m. I don't really feel like decline.
You can say that now.
We're not doing this adventure tonight. So
That's
yeah.
good that they actually
updated
show you now.
it. Yeah, because it was just like, man, you get somebody in the car and they're going to New York. Well,
right?
You pretty much either got to cancel them or
want to do
drive them.
that.
So yeah, it's like, I don't want to drive all of that.
Oh my gosh.
I remember back then when they didn't, because my daughter and I flew to Cleveland and we were going to go to that amusement park that's on the water. What is that called? I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it's not in Cleveland. So they picked us up at the airport and it was like 45 minutes away.
Oh.
And I was like, we got in the car and he's like, so you're going to this place. And I was like, Cedar Point Amusement Park.
Oh.
Cedar Point, yeah.
See, 45 minutes is nothing to me because it's the Metroplex here.
But
so
I was thinking, I feel bad for you that you have to drive us 45 minutes because, but then, usually where you drive, you would do another couple more and then you could go back maybe. Yeah. You just never know where you're going.
You get rides back. And that's the funny thing because even when I tell that story now, people are just like, well, did you get a ride back from San Antonio? How many people do you know at 6 in the morning are trying to drive from San Antonio to Fort Worth? Like, no, bro.
No.
Did not happen.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, you also do volunteering too.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite event that you've gone to that you just absolutely love and you go every year?
There is, I can't think of the actual name of it, but it is every year in October they have this like it's something associated with childcare. And so Marvelous Men of Hope is the group that I'm with. We go, it's at the Omni every year and it's like room full. And I love it because even though like I'm not, yes, I'm Mr.T and many celebrity, blah, 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 whatever, but I don't look for special treatment ever. Like I'm still Sterling deep down inside. So, but the leader of our group, well, Glenn, he always like makes it to where he does it to where I'm still able to network and get business while I'm doing the volunteering. So he's like, we're not going to have you standing over here handing out programs. You're going to walk around and kind of, show people to their seat and mingle so they can meet you. You can give them business cards and then you get hired as Mr. T while you're still doing this. So
it's
I'm
not
always,
kids there. It's for the kids. Though.
Yeah, it's for the kids. They're doing like fundraising type stuff for the kiddos and all that.
So tell us a little bit about Marvelous Men of Hope.
It's a volunteer group. I've been in it because I started in it, I think, when I was still with Embassy. And so, yeah, it's been about 3 or 4 years now. And they just do different groups where they're helping out, different organizations. There's one thing that we've done for the last couple of years where there's like I think it's like a gala type thing. And we just go and they put these fancy covers over these chairs. So we go and just help them put the covers over the chairs and we're there for a few hours. I mean, it's little stuff like that. We actually have every second Saturday, I think they do sandwiches for the homeless. And so
they build sandwiches.
This was my first time last month going to do that one, in all of the years that I've been with Marvelous Men. I've always been tied up on a Saturday or that's my rest day. So I usually don't go do anything, but I was just like that. I put it on my calendar. I was like, I need to go check this out. And it was fun. Like they make little contests out of it. What table can get the sandwiches done the fastest and all of that. And then they have like a little, they take a picture with the group and all of that. So it's fun. And I love, giving back and being able to help the less fortunate. So it's a great group to be in.
So how many men do you think are in the group? There's quite a few.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I want to say the active guys that usually I see at a bunch of stuff, it's like maybe 15, 20. Yeah. But there's two different groups that have like men in it. It's one, it's Marvelous Men of Hope, and then there's 100 Men Who Give a Damn. And there's I'm a part of both of them, but I've never been able to attend anything with the 100 Men. So it's
there's one for women as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to get in that one too.
I bet you do.
Help the women.
Right? Okay, so tell us about the hair. Tell us how you do it and all that. Like, what does this all entail?
So of course, Mr.T is known for his African tribe mohawk cut. And so being embodying Mr.T, I have to have that same cut. A lot of people trip out because I cut it myself. Like I've been cutting, even before when I was cutting regular haircuts on myself. Basically in 2006 when I moved up here, that was when haircuts were like $15 to $20. And then it started kind of going up. And I had my own barber when I moved to McKinney from Kingsville. So after I left from there and I came over here, haircuts started being like 25 and 30. And I was just like, dude, I'm not going to pay this much for a haircut. So I literally, I would keep my hair short and then I just like practice and teach myself and keep it short anyway. So when I finally got to where, I'm going to fade this. Wow, it looks amazing. Then I just was like, okay, I can cut my hair myself. So I would cut my hair and fade it and all of that. Then it got to a point when I was at Embassy, I actually had like a mohawk type cut where I would have it like, and then I'd have the curls on the top. And then when I started doing Mr.T, and like my hair has been this style since I want to say April of 2020. So I've never had any other kind of haircut other than just Mr.T, because of course that's when I pretty much started doing it.
So it's easier now.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now because you only have to like cut it once, and then now I'm just shaving and kind of know.
So do you shave every other day, or do you do it once a week, or?
It depends on how lazy I am. It grows pretty fast.
I was gonna say, I bet it grows really fast.
You can see like the follicles is already starting to fill in and all of that stuff.
What about the top?
The top, I usually trim it probably once a month, and I've gotten better about doing it because the thing is, you have people that are Mr.T experts, so they'll well, he had his hair this long, or he had his hair super short, and it's just like if you go watch the A-Team episodes,
all different
lengths. He had it long, he had it short.
Progressed.
Yeah, I'm just I've had to study this man in and out, know so much more about him than probably most other people, other than like the hardcore fans or whatever. So it's just like I try to keep it, I particularly like it long, but sometimes I like, this is probably the shortest that I've had it in 3 years because I normally, I like to keep it long, but yeah. But yeah, for the most part, I cut it myself. I trim it myself. When I don't want to be bothered as Mr.T, then I'll just put a bucket hat on, and I always joke and say I'm a regular black guy. And nobody comes up to you as much when you got a bucket hat on.
What kind of hair products do you put in your hair to keep this style going, along with the grooming of your beard?
The grooming of the beard, I have. I'm actually about to start using a different type of exfoliating type stuff. Wanting to get into movies and all of that, so you got to have shiny and beautiful
It's such an industry right now.
I'm telling you.
I mean, we went to a hair show in April, and 50% of it was men's hair products and grooming products.
Because we are into that too. Yeah,
right.
I'm starting to, and it's funny because growing up as a kid, like you weren't really like, oh my gosh, you need to exfoliate your skin and all of this other stuff. So it wasn't really something that I focused on. But now, as an adult, and especially hoping to climb into the filming industry, you have to make sure that your look is appealing and that you have beautiful skin and all of that other stuff. I always say the less stuff that they have to do to you, the better it is. Because right now I'm hoping that they reboot the A-Team. Yeah. So if I end up, I'm trying to get back in the gym and work out, and I always tell myself, okay, if I already come and I'm fit somewhat, then we don't have to do that much whenever I actually get a role or something like that versus being 50 pounds overweight. And now it's like, okay, we got to put you on the strenuous diet, and you got to lose this weight in 2 months. And it's like, man, are you serious? So yeah, I'm just kind of focusing on that. But I can't think of the name of the products that I'm about to start using, but I've had like just different Neutrogena stuff before.
Yeah.
And then As far as like grease, I use like cocoa butter type stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're always curious about what other people use, right?
Oh, definitely.
Because, you get into a routine and certain things that you like, you don't like, things that break you out on your skin, and if you're sensitive or not.
And that's the thing. Like, when I was younger, the waves was the thing for like black guys. So you wear the wave caps and you'd have the wavy hair and all of that. Well, sporting waves was what I used to use. And of course, I wasn't like a big, like, oh, my skin is breaking out type kid without putting stuff on it. But when you would put that grease on it, you'd sweat, it clogged your pores, and then you'd have, and so I kind of learned, okay, well, I'm going to have to go about this a different way because I don't want to sit here and be broken out. So, oh, you putting the glasses on, what we about to do?
Oh, we're talking about products.
Hair products. Because, I'm a hair junkie.
Oh,
okay,
boy.
Christine, I have been using this at home too, and I love it.
I absolutely love it. It's black seed oil blend and shampoo and conditioner
From Chi.
And I love it because there's not a distinct smell to it. It's really, I'd put this in an organic category because it's awesome.
We got it at the hair show that we went
92% natural.
Oh, wow.
At the Ranger Stadium.
And then this one is a blow dry cream, which I absolutely love. And then this one is a leave-in conditioner because, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? And this one's my favorite. This is a dry oil blend, and it's black seed, and it's just really good for shine. So I've been using it for about, a month, maybe even a little bit longer.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I couldn't figure out what it was and how to use it.
The spray.
And
the oil spray.
Yeah, but I've learned how to use it, and I really do recommend these products.
It smells good. I smell it from when she's...
I've been using the shampoo and conditioner at home and the leave-in as well. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. It's one of my favorite products. So that's
what I brought.
What do you have?
It's called Head Candy Lip Butter. It's called Go Getter Lemon Citrus, and it's a lip balm.
Okay.
And I love it. Smell it. Smells good. Smells like lemon citrus, but it's just a lip balm. Huh. This is my product for today.
I love it.
Yes.
And did you bring a product or no?
I did not bring a product.
That's okay.
I am the product that I brought.
You are the product.
I wish I would have had, because I literally, but I just got, like I said, this bag of products, and exfoliating your lips is something that's new to me now.
That's new.
This girl that I just met, she was like, "Oh, do you exfoliate your lips?" And I was just like, "No."
She's trying to give you a tip. She's like, "Here."
That was a thing. Yeah.
Exfoliate your lips.
You're gonna get more kisses if you exfoliate your lips. I was like, okay, we're gonna have to learn how to exfoliate our lips then. So
there you go.
I literally have a bag full of, I'm just like, I'm learning more and more as the day goes on.
So what is your next big event that you are doing?
I'm doing Oktoberfest in South Lake. So
nice.
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are doing I'm just walking around out there. Last year was my first year doing it. They have me in a lederhosen, so that already in itself, it's like Mr.T. lederhosen, boom, we're winning.
Yes.
So that's my next big one, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You're gonna have to definitely post some pictures of that.
Yes.
Definitely, for sure.
Definitely.
I will be posting them. Yes. You know the videos are.
I know. Okay, so you have to tell our viewers how we can reach you, how we can hire you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Social media.
And tell everyone where they can find you.
I'm gonna pity this camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my Facebook is going to be Sterling Andrè Hunter. That's my personal page, and they're kind of a blend. I have a professional page too. That one's at Mr.T. MRPITYT 1983. Okay. And then the same thing with Instagram. It's the same handle. And then my Snapchat is Sturby42, STRBY42, and that's the one where you'll catch the taxi cab confessions of me saying all of my crazy stuff that's going on and all of that good stuff. And then you can also email me at mrpt1983@gmail.com. And
if they want to hire you.
Yes, if they want to hire me. And my cell phone number is 682-261-6122. Pity the fool that don't text to call me.
We love you.
Oh, yes. I'm like, you got to have many avenues to be reached out to.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you being
having you here.
Thank y'all. I'm glad we finally got it out. They were going to pity me if I didn't show up today.
Yes.
I'll just say that.
We were. Okay. So thanks so much for watching Haircolor Confessional. Please like and subscribe and follow us on all the things. I'm Angela.
I'm Christine.
And we'll see you later. Bye.